guys, in today's video, I'm taking you down memory lane. I think this might be my first ever six-figure business. And explaining to you guys exactly why I failed SMMA for 16 entire months straight without landing a single client when I first got started way back in April 2018. I want to break this video down for you guys because I want you guys to be able to take these same mistakes that I've made, right? And then just do the complete opposite of them. So first and foremost, this video, guys, is completely free. All I ask for in return is drop a like, comment, subscribe, and let's get straight into this. So how I failed SMMA for 16 months, guys. If you guys don't know the story, I actually started SMMA way back. Well, I dropped a video announcing that I'm starting SMMA it was actually the 23rd of April 2018 on this very channel, guys, and I didn't land a single paying client. The keyword being paying client, that paid me at least $1,000 for 16 months straight, guys. So what I've done is I kind of just sat here today and I was just thinking to myself, like, if I could give you guys as a beginner, like some of you guys are beginners and just some of you guys are below 10K or whatever it is, if I could give you guys some real tips as to actually scale to that 10K per month mark, what would I avoid doing? So what I've done is I sat here and just thought to myself, like, how did I actually fail for that long? Because in hindsight, if I was to start an agency again, I'd probably be able to get it up to like 10K per month really, really quickly because I know that attention equals income these days. So first and foremost, let's actually break this down. So number one, I focus too much on one-to-one marketing channels. That's like outreach. Let me give you an example as to what I mean by that. So let's say you're trying to reach out to e-commerce brands or you're trying to reach out to local businesses, right? Like accounting firms. Well, if you want to reach out to 100 businesses, because you're doing cold outreach by yourself, you would have to do 100 outreach to 100 different businesses. Even if you had virtual assistants, your virtual assistants are still going to, or appointment setters, your appointment setters are still going to have to do one outreach to one person each time. One-to-one is very inefficient, guys, is what I'm trying to say. For example, when I drop this video right here that you're watching right now, I might be able to drop this one video and it might go on to get like 1,000 views, and I did the work once. Whereas doing outreach, you do the work 100 times over to reach out to 100 different businesses. It's one-to-one. It's what you call a one-to-one marketing channel. You want to reach out to 100 businesses? Well, you have to send 100 emails to 100 different businesses. If you've got a group and there's 100 businesses in there, for example, you could drop one piece of content in there, one call to action in that one group, and all 100 business owners will see it. That's what you call one-to-many channels. These one-to-one channels as well make you burn out very quickly. So this is the second point. I burnt myself out very quickly doing outreach because they're one-to-one channels. I didn't understand all this one-to-one stuff and one-to-many marketing and stuff that compounded over time. So I burnt myself out really quickly because doing outreach, a lot of outreach, first and foremost, is necessary. You have to do a lot of outreach in order to close a lot of clients. First of all, to set a lot of meetings and then get on those meetings and then close a lot of clients. And I weren't doing enough outreach because one-to-one takes a long time. One-to-one marketing takes a long time. So what I should have done is I should have focused on channels that are one-to-many or channels that at least compound over time. And that's my third point. My third point is I focused on channels that didn't compound over time. Here's something I need you guys to understand. It's extremely important, so stop what you're doing right now. Channels that don't compound over time are good short term, but they're not good long term. Let me give you an example as to what I mean. If you call up 10 businesses right now, and that's your main method of outreach, or even cold emails, those emails don't compound over time. AKA, when I drop this video on this channel, for example, this video that you're watching literally right now, I could drop this on my channel. It might get views now, but in the future, somebody might be watching this in 2025 and I might say something in this one video and they're like, you know what, I want to work with Montel's consulting agency. How do I get involved? Oh wait, there's a link in the description. They might book in a call and I might literally land a client from this one video 2 years from now, all because I did this video one time and it compounded over time. Creating assets, sales assets, such as video sales letters or personal brands, or just YouTube like content on social media, or even growing like a Upwork account, those things compound over time and they get better and better and better and better over time. With YouTube, if you start dropping videos on like your actual services that you do at your agency, you will start attracting customers and it will compound over time for you. It gets better over time is what I'm trying to say. Like you'll get more viewers, more subscribers. Because you get more subscribers, it then compounds and YouTube pushes you in the algorithm even further. And that's why all these YouTubers, including myself, say like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, because it actually helps the algorithm. The more likes and more viewer retention you get, the more it compounds over time, guys. So these one-to-one channels, like cold emails, they don't do that. They just, you send it to somebody's inbox one time and they either reply to you or they don't. And if they don't reply to you, it's not like it's gonna be continuously there. I mean, you obviously you got follow-ups and stuff like that, but it doesn't compound over time. It doesn't get better over time. Whereas growing a LinkedIn page, for example, your LinkedIn page can gain followers. It lives on the internet. It's searchable. You can see your content from like 5 years ago, and somebody might go from your LinkedIn, look at your content like 5 years ago, and you might have said something way back then that actually tilts that or pushes that client over the edge to you, so you can actually close them as a client. That's what I mean by compounds over time, guys. I guess this is number kind of like the fourth point was I wasn't willing to offer a guarantee as well. I thought guarantees were very scary, and guarantees weren't really a thing way back in 2018. Everybody and their uncle now has like a guarantee with their agency. So I didn't have a guarantee. So this was kind of like a big risk for clients to even come on board with us, because there was no guarantee there. I mean, in 2018, if I came out with like a guarantee that I kind of like recently had way back when I was like, well, I wouldn't say way back, but like back in November when I still had my actual marketing agency, because we've changed into a consulting agency now, I think it would be a better idea, because not many people had a guarantee back then. So I wasn't willing to offer a guarantee. If you're not willing to offer a guarantee, honestly, it's going to be very hard for you to stand out unless you've got like a personal brand around your agency, and you've got and you focused on one-to-many channels and channels that compound over time. The reason why guarantees work, guys, is because it's risk adverse. People don't like taking risks. So if you can make it a no-brainer by removing the risk and putting it on yourself as the agency owner, then it's going to be so much more easier to land clients. However, that being said, now this day and age, a lot of people have guarantees. So just to even get your foot in the door these days, you actually have to have a guarantee, which is why it's becoming saturated, which is why I highly recommend looking into the triangle method or the hybrid system that I've actually created on this channel, which is using warmer traffic sources and then leveraging that, building up cash flow. Even OPAs are other person's audience. If you don't know what I'm talking about here, go back on my channel. You can see what I'm talking about when it comes to like hybrid system, OPA, another person's audience, leverage those, build up cash flow. Then once you've got that cash flow from, for example, go to Upwork, start landing clients on Upwork, you're now making $2,500. I've seen students do this very quickly. And then what you do is take that, put it into virtual assistants. Those virtual assistants then start doing outreach for you. There you go. That's a much better way to actually scale an agency in 2023 and 2024 than just doing cold outreach and just doing one-to-one channels by yourself. It's very time consuming, very draining. Lead sourcing, prospecting, first line writing, those are very time consuming. So the next point I want to make, I guess it's the fifth point, is I was selling a saturated offer to a saturated market, which was Facebook ads to just local businesses. So there was no differentiation whatsoever, guys. I was doing exactly what these gurus were telling me to do, and I've now got a saying that like whenever a guru tells you to do something like cold outreach, especially cold outreach, guys, because cold outreach is one of those things that gets said by every guru in every single program, in every single YouTube video. It's always cold this, cold calls, cold emails, cold LinkedIn, cold this, cold that, cold Instagram. I bet you've heard it all, guys. You've heard every single guru say that. So if all of these gurus, and they've got hundreds of thousands, even some of these dudes have got like millions of subscribers on YouTube these days. Like if everybody's saying do cold outreach, chances are you probably don't want to do cold outreach no more. To be honest with you guys, think about it. If these dudes have thousands of views on their YouTube channels, thousands of subscribers, like hundreds of thousands of subscribers on the YouTube channel, and they're getting thousands of views per video, and they're saying doing cold outreach, chances are you probably don't want to do cold outreach anymore. So by the time they've said it in their video and people have watched it, it's probably become saturated now. Not only that, but cold outreach has a low barrier of entry. That means right now you could literally go and buy a domain within a couple of clicks, warm that up. It might take you like 14 to maybe 21 days to warm that up, and then just start bombarding like local businesses with cold outreach. You can even just jump on Facebook right now and start reaching out to local businesses right now. And again, it's going to be saturated. The reason why it's saturated is because it's got a low barrier of entry. There's nothing stopping you or stopping anybody from doing that. Whereas like running ads for your own agency, you have to actually have a large budget for that, which is why it works better than doing cold outreach. Now, another point I'm trying to make here is, I guess this is how many points it is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this is the 6th point, is that my scripts actually sucked. Looking back at my scripts right now, I can tell where I was going wrong. I was talking about too much about me, too much about what we can, like what we're about, not even what I can do for the clients, even more about who we are, that sort of stuff. And it was too lengthy, too formal. It was horrible, guys. The actual scripts are absolutely terrible. The script itself is too long, too lengthy, too much about me, what the agency does. And I can see that I was using keywords or key phrases that were putting people off, saying stuff like Facebook ads. Nobody actually wants the Facebook ads, guys. People don't want Facebook ads. They want what the Facebook ads is going to do for their business. Remember that. It's not the actual Facebook ads they want. Because, for example, I'll give you an example. People right now, they pitch me all the time on like TikTok editing and stuff like that, video editing. Everybody and their uncle freaking pitches me on like TikTok editing, doing shorts for me, that sort of stuff. I personally don't want the editing. I don't care. I know the editing comes with the service, but it's not about that. It's more about what the editing is going to do. Is it going to help me go viral? Is it going to help me get more people into my consulting agency? Am I going to get, high ticket clients inbound? That's the end goal for me. That's the end goal. The end goal is to get to like 150K per month, 200K per month, that sort of stuff. So if you can sell me on the outcome, I'm going to be more likely to buy and work with you or your agency. It's not the actual editing. You guys are talking too much about the features of your service instead of the benefits. And I looked at my scripts and it was saying I was doing the exact same thing. My script sucked. One of the reasons why my scripts probably sucked is because I just literally Googled and I was just following these free YouTube videos online. And that's one of the big mistakes I see people do as well. Like, honestly, you can build an agency using free content on the internet. You can actually do that. And many people probably have done that, but it's so much more difficult because the information's all over the place. It's not in one coherent place. Not only that, but one person that you're listening to will say, do X, and then another person will say, do Y, and then both of these people will be clashing against each other and one person that says like, do cold outreach, the other person will say, don't do cold outreach. And then you're like confused as to who to listen to. One person will say, do Facebook ads for e-com brands, and another person will be like, yo, don't do Facebook ads for e-com brands because it's honestly one of the hardest things you can do. And which it actually is, to be fair. And then because of this, because everything's contradicting itself, you don't know who to listen to, so you end up just in a state of perfection paralysis, which brings me on to or just paralysis in general. Then that kind of takes me on to my next point, which is like the 7th point, which is perfection paralysis. This hit me as well, where I wanted, when I was first getting started, I thought I needed a fancy logo, I thought I needed a fancy website, so I ended up doing 2 kinds of paralysis here. Number 1 is called perfection paralysis, and the other one is called like productive paralysis. Productive paralysis is like you're actually genuinely doing stuff. Perfection paralysis is where you're trying to make everything perfect from the start, which by the way is a deadly disease that will kill more businesses than it actually has helped. Perfection paralysis will kill more businesses than just fear of starting alone will. Or even failing. I should say that. And let me re-say that again. Perfection paralysis will kill more businesses than actually just failing in general will, like actually failing the business model. Because with SMA, it's very difficult for you to fail. Like, what constitutes towards a fail in SMA? Failing in SMA is just quitting. Because think about it, you're doing outreach for free and you're doing like Upwork. It doesn't really cost that much to do Upwork outreach. Honestly, like go get a job or just like sell some shit on eBay and you've got your money for connects, like quite literally. And then to fail that, to be honest with you, all it really means is that you've just quit basically. Even if a client doesn't like your services, you can just refund them. That's not really a fail, that's an L, yes of course, but it's also a learning phase where you can still take information from that and data points from that and learn better and become better. So perfection paralysis is like you're trying to get everything perfect, and then productive paralysis is where you're actually doing stuff, but you're doing the wrong stuff, aka you're building a website that looks fancy, you're fluffing about watching YouTube videos instead, you're creating a logo. Like, those things it's the things that sound important but don't actually move the needle. We all know that outreach is going to move the needle. You need to do outreach. Don't need to think about picking the perfect niche. You don't need to think about taxes, registering your business. That's not legal advice, by the way. If you're in the US, take a look at online. Literally just Google like, do I need to register a business? You will find out within like 5 minutes, guys. I don't know why people get so hung up on whether they should register a business or not. And I don't understand why people are worried about taxes as well. You've literally made zero money and you're worried about paying taxes. That's insane. That's like putting the cart before the horse. You've not even learned how to drive a car yet and you're already thinking about becoming a race car driver. Like, take it in steps, please. Please take it in steps, guys. Now the next thing is, well, I've already mentioned this, the kind of like next thing that kind of kept me from succeeding for those 16 months is I focused on fluffy stuff too much, like creating a fancy website, focusing on tax and registering my business, and then creating logos. These are the things that keep people broke. Honestly, guys, you don't need a fancy website. I mean, you can create a website, but don't make it fancy. You can create a website. Again, if you want a video sales letter for your agency, I'll leave a link below, or just go back on one of my videos and I'll literally give you a template for free right here, right now on YouTube, quite literally. And that's a VSL, and that's the same VSL that got me my first $1,000 per month client. That was a real estate agent. I'll literally give you that for completely free. So don't worry about the website. I've got you right there and then for this watching this video. But fluffy stuff like creating a website worrying about tax, worrying about logos. Those are like the things that you should spend maybe like 5% of your energy on. The rest of the 95% of your energy should be focused on just outreach. I know it sounds repetitive, but you need to do outreach. Now, this takes me on to my next point, which is number 10 or something like that. Number 10, the 9th or 10th point is I focused too much on different outreach channels instead of mastering one. This is probably should have been number one thing I failed on. I should have put in this video. So I'm glad that if you're watching this, just put like, I don't know, outreach in the comment section if you got to this point to show me that you're not one of those TikTok brains that can only focus for like 2 minutes. But long story short, I focus on too many outreach channels at once. What you need to do is put all your energy in just one outreach channel first, actually master that, outsource it, and then go on to the next channel, master that, outsource it, and then move on to the next channel. That's how you actually get good. So if cold outreach is what you're doing, figure out which platform works the best first. Yes, you're probably gonna need to split your attention just for a bit. Figure out what gets the most responses, aka let's say you're going after the real estate industry and you want to test cold emails versus doing cold calls to the real estate industry. What you would do is you would do like 500 cold emails and then you would do 500 cold calls. Then what you would do is you would track how many outreach you did and which one set the most meetings. You go and double down on that one. And then you master it, you outsource it, and then move onto a next cold outreach. That's exactly how you do it. It's like a science experiment. You keep the number the same. I'm gonna do 5 cold emails, 500 cold emails to the real estate industry, and I'm gonna do 500 cold calls to the real estate industry. The niche stays the same, the number of outreach stays the same too. The only thing that's different is that you're testing different platforms. Then you figure out which platform works the best, then you stick to that platform. That's what you call a scientific approach to business. You need to have a scientific approach to business. That's probably one of the, I should have put that in this, we'll add that as like a bonus point. But my focus was split on too many platforms. I was doing like 20 LinkedIn messages a day, 20 Instagram messages a day, 20 cold emails a day, and I was trying to do cold calls. I was doing all this in one day, and my focus was just too split. Instead, what I've should have done is just taken all of that outreach. I just said 20, 80 outreach. I just did 80 emails instead, and just focused on that to see if that was the best platform until I actually mastered it. And then once you master it, move on to the next one. So that's one of the things. And again, the reason why is because imagine you've got 100 energy points in a day and you spend 10 energy points on 10 different things. You're only going to move 10 units forward in 10 different directions. But if you focus all your 100 energy points in one direction, you're going to make 100 units of progress in that one direction. That's what I would say for that, and that's why that works. You want to focus. It's like a magnifying glass on the sun. The sun's spread out, but you get a magnifying glass and you can like burn stuff. I don't recommend burning ants, but you get the point I'm trying to make. It's like that same analogy. You it's like a focus point in the magnifying lens that makes the actual sunbeam extremely powerful. That's how you make progress in this, and that's one of the big things I should have put this as number one. The next point is, honestly guys, just being a cheapskate. I was being a cheapskate. I didn't want to invest into no programs because I thought they were all scams and shit like that. I didn't want to get no mentors. It wasn't until I got a mentor that I really started getting success. I went from 16 months of struggling getting one client to getting a mentor, and then he basically taught me the Upwork kind of like system, started leveraging that, and I got a client in 15 days. He took my journey from 16 months to 15 days. I should have done that from the very beginning. I wish I friggin' did, because that's 16 months of my time wasted. Imagine if I was able to just make get to like 2K in my second month out of those 16 months. I would have made so much more money back, guys. That's like what? That's 14 months making 2K per month. That's 24 grand right there. And that's just if I didn't grow. So that one mistake cost me at least £24,000. Quite literally, 24,000 US dollars. That one mistake of not getting a mentor and being a cheapskate. Probably even more than that. If we're being realistic, it's more than that, because obviously when you actually start making money and start closing your first client, the first client's the hardest, second one comes easier, third one, now you actually understand the system, you got proof of concept, you just scale up from there. So it probably cost me about 100 grand. That one mistake probably cost me at least 50 to 100 grand. That one mistake, I could have been so much further. I probably, if I got a mentor at the beginning of my journey, I probably would genuinely be at 150, 250K per month right now. With just business, because I would have been able to move on into, because obviously I transitioned from SMMA, doing like a done for you marketing agency to a more consulting agency. If you guys want to watch a video on that, just go back to my channel. So yeah, not getting no guidance or no mentor, or not investing into no programs is probably one of the biggest mistakes I ever made. And I'm saying this genuinely because I know what it's like. You're very tempted to not buy any of these programs or anything like that because I know what it's like. There's a big stigma around buying programs. You think they're all scams and stuff like that, which I thought as well. Not only that, but you're like, why would I buy a program if everything's online for free anyway? Here's the key. It is online for free, but that doesn't necessarily mean you should just go and leverage it for free. I mean, if you're completely broke, you have no choice other than to do that or just go get a job and get a program. It's going to be the easiest, most streamlined way to do it. So the point is this, there's not a lack of information online. There's just too much information online. That's the problem. It's not even about, this is the thing, I think people think that courses are going to be this thing where it's like they're going to show you this one little nitty trick or like this golden thing that you can't find on the internet. That's not what it's about. Buying a program is designed to take you from A to B in the shortest amount of time possible whilst eliminating your mistakes and put it in a succinct order for you so you can follow it step by step so you're not all over the place. When you're trying to do it for free on the internet, because there's so much information available, you're all over the place. You don't know who to listen to. You don't know, this person's contradicting this other person. You don't know who to listen to. Then you got to take this information from this person and grab this information from this person and then somehow figure out how to put it all together. That's the whole idea of buying a program or investing in the mentor. They've already done all of that crazy stuff. They've figured it out themselves, and now they have a step-by-step plan for you, which you can't go wrong. Stick to this, you're good. Instead of this, you're all over the place when you try to do it for free. So I guess if you need to do it for free, then obviously either go get a job or just do it for free. But honestly, if I could go back, I would just go and get a mentor from the start. In fact, everything I learn now, instead of me even trying to attempt it myself, I just go and get a mentor straight away. I'm not even joking. If I want to learn crypto, I'm just going to go find somebody who's in crypto that's legit and just buy the success of them. I am not even joking. I guess one of the last 2 points are, I tried to do it all myself. Again, that's kind of like goes back into the mentor stuff. I had no guidance, tried to do it all myself, thought everything was online for free, which it is. It actually is. That's not the point. It's just that there's just so much information now, you don't know what to take in. And then last but not least, sales itself, like actually getting on sales calls was my biggest fear. I was like introverted for no reason whatsoever. Well, when I say introverted, I just mean I was just shy on calls, to be honest with you guys. I was honestly just shy to get on calls, scared to get on calls, so I would actually cancel my own calls. I'd work so friggin' hard to just set like barely any meetings, and then when I'd get on these meetings, I'd pretend that my Wi-Fi went down or something happened to the connection because I was just so scared to pitch. So I actually failed to prepare for my calls. What I should have done is I should have wrote down all of the questions I was most scared of being asked, and then come up with an answer for them in preparation for them to come my way. So I knew the questions were going to come, like, have you done this before? Can you show me results? Those are the questions I was most scared of answering. What I should have done is prepared for those, knowing that they're coming in advance, to then handle those objections before the objections even arose. That's what I should have done instead. So sales was my biggest fear because of that. One of the ways I rectified this is literally what I just said. I sat down and just wrote down on a piece of paper like my most dreaded questions. Like what if someone was gonna ask me something and it was gonna like throw me off, like what's the most dreaded question I could get asked in a sales call that would actually just shake me to my core? I wrote them all down and just said to myself, I'm gonna create a script around all of these to answer them. That's basically what I did, man. I overcame my sales fear, to be honest with you guys. So that's how I failed SMMA for 16 months, guys. It was not fun. I lost a lot of friends. I didn't speak to my parents. I had to run away from home. They wanted to kick me out, actually, and ended up just running away from home anyway. It was probably one of the worst time periods of my life. I couldn't even afford a trim. I was dead broke. My car basically I didn't even know what SORN is, S-O-R-N. If you Google that in the UK, it basically means that like you can't afford to drive the car, and the car is technically registered off the road because you can't pay tax and you're not allowed to drive a car that's got no tax on it. So therefore you have to register it as a SORN car because it's not legally allowed to be on the road. And that's simply because I couldn't even afford tax. And tax is like, I think like to get tax is like £25 or something. Like I think it was like £125 for half the year. Something crazy like that, yeah. It was £126. So like 300 and something, £332 or something like that for the entire year. £300 or something like that for the entire year, yeah. Something crazy like that, and I couldn't even afford that. Couldn't afford haircuts. It was a horrible time in my life. So if I can make this video and at least help one person avoid what I went through for those 16 months, then I've done my job. And if you want to work with me one-to-one, or if you are interested in rolling inside the age traumatization, so you can just skip the friggin' failure period and you can learn the hybrid system, click the link below. It's open for enrollment. Believe me, you'll thank me later one day, like many people actually do. Anyway, guys, hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to drop a like, comment, subscribe. Love you guys. See you soon. Peace.